Doing cruise control switches on a 2004 Ford Sports Trac. So all I did here was take out the airbag so far, and the way that you do this is you disconnect the battery up front, make sure you take the negative off. There's caps on each side of the steering wheel, so there's one on this side and one on the other side. Now you take those off with 8mm bolts. Then when you pull the airbag off right here, you disconnect that one wire. So anything airbag related is going to be yellow inside the car. So you want to be careful of that. You want to make sure you touch something outside the car, so that way it's not, you don't discharge any static electricity and stuff like that. So just be careful. Try to get the wheel as straight as you can too before you do it, so you know exactly where to put it back on, and be careful of the clock spring back there too. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to remove this cable right here, and then I'm going to remove this with a torque bit, and then I'm going to pull the steering wheel out. Sometimes you need a steering wheel puller, but a lot of times you can just wiggle it back and forth and it'll come out. Just be careful of the clock springing back. So I'll be back. Once you get your nut on here, what I did was you take out the screw that goes in the center right here. And then what I did was I left it in a little bit. Okay, so I took it out and just put it in a couple turns, just like that. Okay, and then what I did was I used my 3-jaw, turn this one around so that it would reach in here on the side, and then I put one over here and one under there, and I just did a couple cranks and popped right off. So once you do that, you're good to go. You got the wheel off. You can start disassembling it from the back. You got to take these 2 screws off. And then let me get to that point and I'll show you the rest. Remove these 2 screws here, and then you take off the cover. All right, and then once you do that, then you can just remove the switches. So take all the cabling out, all that stuff. So let me start on that, and I'll show you the rest. Back cover off, flip it back over, and start taking out your 4 screws for each side of the switch. Get the back done. Just remember, make sure you keep track of RSM goes to the right. RSM select coast is on the right. Okay, so this is where you peel back this connection, and then on this connection you have on and off. So just on and off on the left. Just remember that. All right, because you got to make sure you put them back in the right spot. All right, so your on and off is on the left. Make sure you put your ground on, and then you can put that in there. The ones I got, this was a little tight, so just be careful of the ribbon. You don't want to damage it. All right, so that's the last thing you want to do. So just be careful what you do. Put your other one on the left, and then we'll flip it over and go from there. All right, so you just do everything in the reverse order. Like I said, you know, the left side is on and off, the right side is resume, set, acceleration, and coast. You want to make sure you put your 4 screws in, so you want to make sure that you put your ground on the left, you know, and that's how the cable will be. You want to make sure you put your back cover back on with those 2 screws, and then you want to make sure that you get your wire through the middle, and then your other wire going through here into the system so that your cruise control will work. All right, so this is the airbag and this is the cruise control. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the bolt back on the wheel. I'm going to try to tap it a little bit. Just be careful of the clock spring because you will break it. Just go easy, okay? So I'm going to see if I can knock this on a little bit, put the screw in, and see what happens. So I have the screw in, steering wheel's back on now. Now I'm just going to put the airbag in. I'm going to connect the airbag and then the 2 8mm bolts on each side, and then pop the covers back on, and we're done. All right, so I have the airbag back in, so I connected the wire, connected the airbag. I just tightened up the 8mm bolts, don't go overboard. We're going to put our caps back on. All right, and then we're going to do, I'm going to show you how to safely turn the car on. To know if you did the airbag correctly. So the safest way to do this is you want to turn your key on to the on position. All right. Don't start it, obviously, because you can't, because the battery's off, but to the on position, not the start position. So what we're going to do is make sure that this is all set up, ready to go, and we're going to turn the power back on from the battery, and that way you know if it pops, you're not near it. So it shouldn't, nothing should go wrong. You're not really changing anything on the airbag itself. So you just want to make sure that you're safe, that's all. So, and we're on. Okay, we're good. So I'm going to tighten up the battery, and that's how you change over the cruise control buttons. I hope this helped, and I hope this gave you the information to do it. Don't be scared of the airbag. It's not that big of a deal. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good night.